The benefactor is a being who has helped us in some way. Maybe they've helped us directly. They've helped pick us up when we've fallen down. Or maybe we've never met them, but they've inspired us from afar. The sense is that when we think of this being, we smile. They're like an embodiment of the force of love for us. Could be an adult, could be a child, could be a pet. Who makes you smile? If there's someone, they're going to be the recipient of this offering of loving kindness. If no one comes to mind that quite fits that category, don't worry about it. You can move on and offer loving kindness to a friend. And if that doesn't seem to be working either, go back to yourself and continue on with offering loving kindness to yourself. So again, the benefactor may be someone we've never met, but we think of them and it lifts our spirits. It lightens our hearts. I usually encourage people to find a good enough benefactor. Relationships are very complicated. Life can be very complicated. It's not uncommon for someone to find a benefactor and to be offering them loving kindness, to be filled with gratitude for their very existence, and then think, oh, there was that one time when I called you and you weren't really there for me. Maybe you're not such a good benefactor after all. Maybe you're more like a difficult person for me. And we see that life, of course, is quite molten. It's changeable. Friends become enemies. Enemies become friends. There's so much change. And so it may not be a perfect benefactor, but see if you can find a good enough benefactor. In our previous session, we were offering loving kindness to ourselves. Sometimes people find the benefactor easier than ourselves. It's not always the case. And that's just interesting to notice one way or another and to reflect upon a bit. And during this session, you may in fact be moved to return to yourself and go back and forth between yourself and the benefactor. That would be perfectly fine to do. One of the underlying principles of the practice is to learn to do it in the easiest way possible. So in this exploration, we're slowly cultivating this skill of inclusion, of presence, of loving kindness. By the time of the end of the program, you'll have experimented with many facets of this offering. And should you wish to continue, you can rearrange it according to your own experience of what you found easiest to start with. In today's session, we're going to be offering loving kindness to a benefactor, someone who is like a model of the force of love, the force of kindness and compassion for us. Once again, you can sit comfortably. See if someone comes to mind. Someone who's helped you or someone who's inspired you. Someone who reminds you of the possibility of love. And if they do, bring them here. You can get an image of them, say their name to yourself, get a feeling for their presence, and offer the phrases of loving kindness to them. The phrases may not seem perfect, and that's okay. They're a vehicle for the heart's energy. They're serving us as they convey the sense of inclusion and care. If you find yourself struggling, however, with the phrases, it seems better to change them and then just continue on. May you be safe. Be happy. Be healthy. Live with ease. Or whatever your phrases are. You can repeat them over and over again with enough space and enough silence so that it is a rhythm that's pleasing for you. This is like the song of the heart. May you be safe. Be happy. Be healthy. Live with ease. It tends to be very easy in this kind of practice to slip into stories about the recipient of our metta, to go off into gales of fantasy about them, or critiques, whatever it might be. And if you find yourself doing that, it's a good reminder that we're trying to gather all of our attention behind the repetition of the phrases. We know what the phrases mean. We're not just saying anything in a rote way. We're present. It's meaningful. And we continually practice letting go and coming back. Be safe. Be happy. Be healthy. Live with ease. When you find your attention wandering, you get lost in thought, spun out in a fantasy, or you fall asleep, truly don't worry about it. We say the most important moment in the process is the next moment. After you've been gone, after you've been lost, where we practice letting go and we practice beginning again. You can realize you've been gone. Bring your attention back to the phrases, one phrase at a time. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes or lift your gaze and end the session.